Right now, developing news of a death investigation in Sun Prairie. The new details in overnight.
When we are continuing to track showers out there this morning, we have what that means for your morning commute.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It is May 6th. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. We are continuing to follow news of a death investigation overnight in Sun Prairie.
A lieutenant with the Sun Prairie Police Department tells us that we should hear an update as soon as this morning. Police arrived at the scene at 6 o'clock last night near Target and Marcus Theater. Right now, investigators are not revealing the nature of the incident or how many people were involved. Sun Prairie Police said that there is little to no threat to the public at this time, though. You can check channel3000.com for updates.
A sharp decline in COVID cases. That's what the CDC is predicting as things start to look up across the country. CBS's Laura Podesta has more on what's expected.
The U.S. could soon see a dramatic drop in the number of COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations, and deaths, according to new projections from the CDC.
In good news, the models projected a sharp decline in cases by July 2021, and an even faster decline if more people get vaccinated sooner.
CDC Director Rochelle Walensky did offer a warning if unvaccinated people don't wear masks or socially distance.
Variants are a wild card that could reverse this progress we have made.
The Biden administration hopes 70% of the country will be at least partially vaccinated by July 4th. Health experts say the margins could be razor thin.
5 or 6% could be the difference between, really having protection as a society versus still having a lot of active cases out there.
As the country reopens,
the more people get vaccinated, the more they feel safe to come in.
Some are working to overcome their nerves after a year inside.
Ask yourself what you used to love doing. Did you love going to the museum? Did you love a specific store at the mall? It'll also give you something to look forward to, even if there is a little bit of anxiety and stress.
For Margalie Blackman, it's a visit to the park with her family.
I was actually just telling my son today, I'm like, we're going to be out a lot more this summer than we were last summer, so get used to it.
For others, it may be a trip to the ballpark. In New York, vaccines are being offered to people attending Mets or Yankees games. Fans who get a shot will be given a free ticket to a future game. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
This morning, health officials are clarifying their guidance for kids in masks outside.
Lots of families ready to hit the playground this summer. Taylor Lazenby joins us to talk about how to make it safe. Hi, Taylor.
Hi, guys. Good morning. That's right. The CDC recommends washing your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds before and after your kids play on the playground. Now, Public Health Madison and Dane County say it's important that kids on the playground continue to wear their masks. Now, kids can play with a large number of other children if they are also masked. Now, health officials say you shouldn't let your kids play directly with unmasked children, but it's okay if they are from a distance from them and just passing each other on the playground.
Masks are required for anybody over the age of 5 who is unvaccinated when indoors with people they don't live with. But when we head outdoors, masks are strongly recommended. So they're not technically part of our required order, but we do strongly recommend that children on playgrounds wear masks, especially and most importantly when 6-foot distancing from people cannot be maintained.
Now, Public Health says children don't need to wear a mask outside if they're walking with their family members. They only need the mask when they will be around other kids or unvaccinated adults. And guys, coming up in the next half hour, we're going to hear from a local mom on her stance on if kids should wear masks at the playground.
All right, Taylor Lazenby, thank you.
6:03 now. Chris Reese is here with your certified most accurate forecast in Madison. The radar lighting up this morning, Chris.
Absolutely. We've been tracking those showers since the overnight hours when they started to move in. These are the same showers that yesterday I told you would be here, specifically throughout the southern third of Wisconsin, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Some of that heaviest rainfall moved through southern Dane County. Now it's starting to push its way just to the south. So we zoom in on Dane County specifically. Things are overall a little bit lighter. You've got a pocket around Sun Prairie, another pocket up towards Black Earth. Then you have one towards Mount Horeb and another one towards Stoughton. So every corner of Dane County has some heavier showers moving through. Middleton, you've got one. But truly, the heavy rain is just south. Milton through Evansville over towards Monticello. This is where we are seeing the heaviest of that come down at the moment. And honestly, that's the heaviest that we see in southern Wisconsin. Janesville, this is going to be just to the north of you. We work our way back towards Cuba City, Platteville, Shullsburg, and Darlington. Things are drying out compared to how hard it was coming down earlier, but you still have that light, steady rain. Here's our Platteville sky camera. Things are getting better here. A lot of the rain back towards the west is no more, so you're going to start to dry things out in Platteville. We're going to start to dry things out overall from this point forward. As the heaviest showers move on through, we'll start to see some of that drier air working in from the west. But 43 is our temperature now. Check out these winds still out of the north. 40 in the Dells, 39 in Black River Falls. Meanwhile, Prairie du Chien at 45, Viroqua at 41, Monroe, you were at 43 this morning. But as we plan the day, watch how we warm up quickly. By the time we get you towards 12, we're going to see a little bit of sunshine. 45 by the time we get you, or 59 rather, by the time we get you towards 4 o'clock. We'll keep those temperatures in the 50s throughout dinner time. But here's that sun that you see moving right on into the picture as temperatures warm up this afternoon. For tonight, we will be into the 30s, but tomorrow night, it's the low 30s, down around the freezing point. I will not be surprised if we see some frost advisories get issued towards then. Otherwise, it's upper 50s through Monday, 60s and 70s. They'll return to the picture by the time we get you towards next week. We're watching First Warn traffic for you this morning. Of course, how the rainfall may impact the commute. We are not seeing any issues, but my advice, drive a little slow out there today compared to how you may normally drive. Give yourself the extra time, especially on the Beltline with all that construction, so that we don't have any issues to report.
Good idea, Chris. Thank you. New overnight, 2 teenagers are dead after a car crash in Columbia County. This happened at about 7 o'clock last night when a car and a semi collided near Partyville. 2 teenagers from Sheboygan. The police are now investigating which vehicle was driving in the wrong lane. The names of those involved have yet to be released.
Businesses in Dane County can now service more customers, but some restaurants, like Cooper's Tavern on the Capitol Square, say upping the capacity limit to 75% doesn't do much. Because of the size of their space, they can't bring in more customers without sacrificing physical distancing. Still, Cooper's owner says this is a sign of progress, with more familiar faces returning to the pub and things getting better by the day.
There's optimism in the air. You can feel it. I'm not saying we're nearly done with this here by any means, but you can just see some light at the end of the tunnel, where last year it was darkness for months on end.
Cooper's Tavern now hiring, as are many restaurants, to keep up with the increased flow of customers.
UW-Platteville says it's planning a virtual graduation for later this month. It's going to honor May 2021 graduates with a virtual celebration next Friday, the 14th. The university does plan to hold some in-person ceremonies for classes of 2020 and 2021 at a later date. All right, we have some pretty big breaking news just into the newsroom. The 2021 Summerfest lineup just came out.
All right, are you guys ready for this? Let's take a look at a few of the headliners now. Luke Bryan, Chance the Rapper, the Jonas Brothers, Dave Matthews Band, Miley Cyrus, and Sheryl Crow. ZZ Top on the free stage. A lot more up on the summerfest.com website. A reminder, this is all happening over 3 weekends in September, as opposed to that week-long festival at the end of June that they normally have because of the pandemic.
Yeah, there are a lot of big names on this list, and keep in mind there is a headliner that's yet to be announced that first weekend on September 1st. They don't have a headliner yet. So
and Chris Stapleton also on one of these headliners. We forgot to put him up there, but big names, Miley Cyrus, Dave Matthews Band. I think that's quite a sign of a big return.
Yeah, you got 3 big 4-day weekends they're spreading this thing out over, and some really big names. I mean, I'm jacked. I'm really excited for this.
Looking forward to it for sure.
Me too. So an unsolved murder at Devil's Lake this morning. We have some new developments ahead, including the description of a new person of interest.
And I'm Josh Butter, live in the 608 this morning. Coming up, we're going to share how you can share some love with Luke's Closet in Middleton and how they're giving kids confidence day after day. That's when we come back.
Annuals and perennials are now available at Jung Garden Center. Start your spring planting season off right and shop our huge selection today. Beautify your home and gardens. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
Goldman Cars is breaking into spring with huge savings. You can get a 2016 or 17 Dodge Grand Caravan starting at $10,995 or $175 per month.
That's right. You can buy a 2016 or 17 Dodge Grand Caravan at only $10,995 or $175 per month.
Don't miss out on these huge spring deals with over 500 vehicles in stock.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Dealing Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness is a place where you can relax, be pampered, and revitalize your life in a safe and tranquil environment. Our guests' safety and comfort is our top priority. Revitalize yourself at Needed Relief today and give the gift of wellness to those you love with a Needed Relief gift card, available now online. It's exactly what we all need. Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness, Madison's world-class wellness spa.
There's been much debate about the Mona Lisa smile. Would it have been bigger and brighter if she'd had good dental care? Maybe if Physicians Mutual Insurance Company had been around back then, it'd be a different story. She could have gone to the dentist more, knowing she'd have help paying the bills. And those regular checkups might have found early signs of tooth decay or gum disease, costly problems that could keep anyone from smiling. Physicians Mutual offers affordable coverage that can help pay for cleanings and unexpected or expensive procedures you might need, like crowns or dentures. This is real dental insurance, not just a discount plan or for checkups only. There are no deductibles, and there's no annual maximum. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Call or go online today for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual. Get the dental care you need to help you stay healthy. For your free information kit with all the details, call us now or go to sendinfokit.com.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Annuals and perennials are now available at Jung Garden Center. Start your spring planting season off right and shop our huge selection today. Beautify your home and gardens. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
Continuing coverage this morning, detectives have a new description of their person of interest in a homicide at Devil's Lake last fall.
They are still asking, though, for the public's help this morning for more information. The Stock County Sheriff's Office says witnesses remember seeing a man who fell several times while running frantically and out of control. Witnesses said he was wearing a darker color top and darker color pants, possibly a hooded sweatshirt. They do describe him as being about 6 feet tall with a slender to average build. Detectives are calling this man a person of interest in this case based on the timeline of events and locations where he was spotted. They are once again stressing how important community tips are going to be in solving this case. It's been more than 6 months now since 24-year-old John Smutzer was found dead along the Grottoes Trail. Detectives say he was hiking alone when he was attacked by a stranger.
Looking ahead now, starting in July, the IRS will begin sending out child tax credit payments to some low and middle income families with kids. Those families will get monthly payments of up to $300 from July through December. The payments are part of the increase to the 2021 child tax credit from the American Rescue Plan that passed back in March. The CDC is letting cruise lines run trial voyages. The trials have to have a capacity of at least 10% with volunteer passengers. Participants will have to be vaccinated or have a doctor's note that says they're not high risk for COVID. The CDC will also provide cruise lines with proper health procedures for those trials.
With the rise in vaccinations in the state, some schools are revisiting their COVID safety measures. In southeast Wisconsin, some school districts have already made those changes. Waukesha School District, for example, they're no longer going to require students or staff to quarantine after close contact with someone who tests positive, is presumed positive, or awaiting results. Cedar Grove Belgium School District, they've made masks optional now. Oconomowoc Area School District is also discussing making face masks optional.
All right, check out this video. Police in Richmond, Texas responded when a train collided with a semi yesterday morning. You're looking at the aftermath. The trailer was holding thousands of water bottles. You can see burst all over. Apparently, the semi was stuck on the tracks when it got hit. Luckily, no one was injured.
All right, Chris Reese now in your certified most accurate forecast in Madison. Got the radar fired up, Chris.
Yes, we do. We've been tracking that rainfall out there this morning, and it's starting to add up in at least a couple spots, namely right around that southern Dane County, northern Greene, northern Rock County line as we continue to see this band of heavy rain set up there. Elsewhere, most of us have seen between about 1/4 and 4/10 of an inch. So it hasn't truly been this all-out heavy rainfall for a lot of spots. But then you start to move into Dane County, and you see where right south of Fitchburg through Oregon over towards Stoughton, a lot of folks are seeing right around that inch mark of radar estimated rainfall. This, again, is another very healthy drink of water. It still doesn't add up to enough to erase our rainfall deficit, but this might be enough when you combine it with the other day's rainfall to finally get us out of the moderate drought category. That's where I'm going to remain optimistic. We'll see how things shape up with the drought monitor later on this afternoon. That being said, here's radar right now. We are drying things out back towards the north and west. That's the expectation, is as we go through the rest of the morning, we'll start to clear things out, but we're still going to keep an eye on this heavy band starting to move just north of Janesville.
Mr. Reese, thanks for keeping an eye on it for us. 6:15 now. There's a local nonprofit helping to boost the confidence of kids here in the 608.
Josh Breiter is live in Middleton this morning with more about the positive impact that Luke's Closet is having on the community. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, Luke's Closet making a very, very good impact here in the Middleton community over the last few years. They help out adoptive, foster, and kinship placement families with getting some clothes that make a little bit more of a positive impact out there. And Susan Schweitzer, you're a volunteer here at the Closet, but you're also a foster mom. You've had kids before. You currently are on the list, but this is something that's been pretty important for you as well.
It's critically important. One of the biggest needs that kids have is just to fit in. And I'll talk about teen kids, right? Like, they just want to wear what everyone else has, something that's stylish and name brand. And, you know, you think about things like this. Easy for us to put on our kids because, you know, we have the resources, we have the time, but foster and kinship families are struggling. So to be able to provide them with a week's worth of clothing, new, gently used, in-style clothing, it's just critically important for these kiddos. They're going through a rough time.
Yeah, you take donations for a lot of different age groups. I mean, starting from infant all the way into the teen years.
That's true. Yep, we do. And so any of that is great. Like, we'll accept any of those donations. And like I said, for teens, it's pretty hard. So we're always looking for teen clothing in style, not grandma and grandpa style clothing. Like, we want something that they would actually put on their bodies, yeah.
So how has COVID changed things? You know, you used to be able to come in here, you know, you could come in almost like a shopping experience, but things are a little different now.
Right, so we used, pre-COVID, we would have kind of 3 ways kids could get clothing, right? So they could, place an order online and we'd fill the bag for them. We would pack a beautiful bag for them of about 7 days of clothing. Or they could come in and we'd do shopping days and they actually get to pick their own clothes, which is really kind of cool. Or they could set up one-on-one appointments. So COVID, we're just doing the delivery. We hope soon that we can open it back up for kids to pick out their own clothes.
So Luke's Closet began in 2018. You know, how much of an impact do you think has been made over the last few years?
Yeah, anytime in Dane County, you have about 500 kids in foster and kinship care. So we've been able to serve about 400 kids, and we provide them clothing a couple different times a year, like, 3 to 4 times a year for each season. So I think it's a pretty big impact, but I know we can reach more kids.
So we're running out of time here, but if people are interested in donating, how can they help?
So they can go to our Facebook, Instagram, or webpage, and you can find out our current lists of needs, ways to donate, things to buy, or you can give us a cash donation. We can shop for you. We also have a contactless drop-off bin outside of St. Louis Church in Middleton.
All right. Well, Susan, thank you so much for what you do and for letting us in here this morning. Again, we'll have all this up on channel3000.com and over on our app as well if you'd like to help out, say, Luke's Closet here in Middleton.
Yeah, and if you've got kids, you've got clothes that have been outgrown and a bunch laying around. What a great way to put those to good use. Josh Breiter, live in Middleton this morning. Thanks, Josh.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured.
Here's one of my favorite stories of the morning. A fundraising event in Stevens Point for a RoboCop statue is going to begin in a couple of weeks. The man who played RoboCop, Peter Weller, is from Stevens Point, and the RoboCop is going to be the fundraiser. It's going to be a video game tournament to help raise some money. Contestants are going to have 5 minutes to rack up as many points as possible. Event organizers hope that this is going to bring some tourists to town.
This would be something people will stop off the highway to see. This is something that you can say, hey, yeah, I live in the town with the giant RoboCop statue. That's cool.
So it all comes after the city failed to purchase a different statue of RoboCop. So they're taking matters into their own hands, and they're going to do the thing themselves. RoboCop is slated for May 22nd.
I don't know what would make me get off the highway faster. A RoboCop statue or knowing it was Chris Stanford's hometown I was about to see.
There you go. I think it's fun. It's a cool storyline, and it's given my hometown of Stevens Point some attention. And there's Mayor Mike Wiese there playing some video games to show some support for it as well. So I'm all for it. Sign me up.
Put it on the map. All right, 6:19 now. Peloton is recalling its treadmills following the death of a 6-year-old and more than 24 injuries to kids. Users will get a full refund if they return it, or they can have Peloton move the treadmill in their house to a spot where kids and pets can't get to it. The company also implementing a software update that will require a code to unlock the treadmill.
Hey, check this out. With goals of reaching the moon and beyond, SpaceX launched its latest Starship prototype yesterday. It sent a methane-fueled rocket up about 6 miles. This is the 5th test for this prototype, but what makes this one so unique is this is the first time that they successfully landed back on Earth.
The others exploded, am I right?
I don't think they went too well, yeah. This one landed, though. Hey, that's a good sign. The prototype is a future variant for the rocket that could carry astronauts to and from the moon again, or maybe even Mars.
Count me out for that first ride, I think.
We're going to see how many times they can successfully do this before we hop on board, huh?
Let's see how it goes.
All right.
6:21 now. There's a new home for some ducklings this morning, thanks to a hardworking group of kids. Some video you don't want to miss after the break.
Also ahead, what companies are offering up to workers to get vaccinated?
The lowest prices of the season sale at Ashley Home Store is here. Our hottest new looks are all on sale. Spring doorbusters are up to 60% off. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our furniture sale prices at checkout. And no interest financing for 3 years. Ashley Home Store.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Looking to update your flooring? Surgenians has you covered. Our experienced salespeople will guide you through the area's largest flooring selection so you can make the best decision. And Surgenians' reliable craftsmen ensure your flooring's installed right. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
Americans have been cutting the lawn for 100 years. But with TurfBot's mowing service, the future of mowing is now. Our quiet, all-electric robotic mowers work around the clock to keep your lawn trimmed 24/7. That means less time spent mowing and more time spent enjoying. Equipped with LED headlights, auto-stop sensors, and anti-theft GPS devices, our mowers run safely with no supervision. Come home to a freshly mowed lawn every day for as little as $24 a week. Call today to request your free demo or get a quote. TurfBot.
How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Right now, get a large Taco Grande pizza. Papa Murphy's.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-5837. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-5837.
Get the lowest prices of the season on appliances now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save as much as 40% off clearance and special buy appliances. Plus no interest financing for a year and delivery within 5 days. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Dan sharing his morning with us. Lovely shot of a little pond there. Some the trees are budding and they're almost fully sprouted now with their leaves, whatever you call it.
If you could see Chris's
little finger dangles,
little jazz hands to describe what budding of the leaves looks like.
Doesn't it look beautiful around here, though?
Jazz hands. We're gonna break out into a little dance for you.
I doubt it. But it looks lovely out there. And Dan snapped a great one to share with us this morning. Share your morning with us, folks. Snap a pic, post it on our social media. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning. It could wind up on the air.
Okay. To some good news this morning. A family of ducklings have a new home this week. On Monday, a mother duck flew into the courtyard at a middle school in Massachusetts. No. Look at these guys! Ah! The duck laid 12 eggs in the courtyard. When they hatched, school staff used poster boards to herd the ducks out and into a nearby pond. Isn't this cute?
Cute. Adorable.
Chris Stanford, in case you don't know, doesn't love
well, like, come on. Like, you're acting like you've never seen baby ducklings before.
I mean, but it's a spectacle every time I do.
Cute.
Like, every year around this time of the year, I'm driving home and I get to a section of the neighborhood. There's a little pond, and they're geese. They're always baby geese. In fact, yesterday, there were 2 geese and then all the babies, and like it was cool just seeing the adults crowd around them. It made my day.
You didn't take a picture?
I was driving.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm proud of you for driving responsibly, but I have to say this video is adorable. This is the kind of news I like to wake up to.
Yeah, sure is.
Duck news. All right, Mr. Reese, it's a day for the Ducks. Give us a quick elevator pitch for your certified forecast.
We're still tracking those showers this morning. We'll be tracking them again as soon as we come back.
We'll be right back, folks.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
I want a client who comes in to feel comfortable and to know that their case is in good hands so they can relax and get on with their life as best as they can and let me do the fighting for them. That's how I want them to feel.
Gingras, Thompson, and Walks.
Steinhaffel's Memorial Day preview sale is your chance to get a jump on all the great deals. Start with 35% off store-wide and save big on all the styles you want to make your home yours. A Queen Beauty Rest mattress, just $349. This Queen bed, now $749. Or this sectional, only $10.99. This 5-piece dining set, just $11.99. Plus, with Steinhaffel's special financing, you can save even more. Only at Steinhaffel's and Steinhaffels.com.
They say when you come from a small town, you grow up a little different. When U.S. Cellular's founder, Roy Carlson, looked at small towns, he saw nothing but potential. Potential that deserved the best technology. Since the other guys were busy with the biggest cities, well, he'd just have to build a network there himself. Here's the thing. When you create a network as a local, you know the dead spots, so you fix them. You know the neighbors, so you're good to them. Did you drop these? You know the local neighborhood, so you make a difference.
Thanks for the hot spot.
When you go town by town, doing it different, you might even win some awards. You might even want to celebrate. But we're still far from done. You know, it's a good thing we started local. Otherwise, we might not be. A little different. The nationwide network built from your town up. U.S. Cellular.
Do you take daily prescription pain medications, but they don't help enough? Do you want more options to better manage chronic pain? University of Wisconsin-Madison STAMP Study offers free, safe, therapeutic programs to address chronic pain. The programs occur once a week for 8 weeks and pays up to $340. Call 608-212-6902 today. Again, that's 608-212-6902.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of industry-leading Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. And with great deals available, there's never been a better time to buy from your local Cub Cadet dealer. To find the dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
Right now, we could get an update any minute on a deadly incident inside a Sun Prairie home.
And we continue to track the showers out there this morning. We'll let you know what to expect for the commute.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good Thursday morning, everybody. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchine.
And I'm Chris Stanford, and we begin right away with continuing coverage of a death investigation in Sun Prairie.
A lieutenant with the police department tells us we should hear an update as soon as this morning. Here's what we know right now. Around 6 o'clock last night, officers responded to the scene of a death at a home near the Sun Prairie Target and the Marcus Movie Theater. Right now, it's unclear what the nature of this investigation is or how many people were involved. Investigators do believe this is an isolated incident. Now, we are continuing to ask questions of the police this morning. As soon as we get an update, we're going to bring it to you right here on air and over on our mobile app. You can download it for free, get that push alert. It is available right now in your app store.
Your certified most accurate forecast in Madison now, Chris Reese. We've got some rain to start the morning off.
Yeah, exactly as expected, Chris. We've been tracking this rain since overnight last night. Also, just like said yesterday, we're watching this move on out as we go throughout the morning. Still, we're seeing some of the heaviest of that just towards the south of Dane County for now, but we zoom things out. You see where those showers do continue to come down, and eventually we'll start to see all of that move on out of the picture. Full transparency, I loaded up the wrong little weather hit for us, so let's go ahead and get the right one on so I can show you guys the added information that I wanted to share with you as we go throughout the morning. Of course, we're still tracking these showers. I want to focus in on Dane County. We've got some moderate rain coming down around Fitchburg, Verona, over towards Stoughton there, or McFarland rather. Down south of Stoughton, Evansville, towards Janesville, this is where our heaviest rainfall is falling as we speak. We've seen this move towards the south and east as we've gone through time. This is getting ready to impact the Janesville area the greatest. Otherwise, we're starting to dry things out. We look back towards the west. The showers are moving on out of here. We're actually seeing some of those clouds try to break up right around Platteville. We still have the steady rain coming down in Madison, though. We're at 43 degrees. Winds out of the north at 9 right now. Watertown's at 43 as well. Juneau, you're at 42. Meanwhile, the Dells at 40. We're at 45 for our friends in Janesville. As you plan the day, here we are. We're clearing out. We'll see sunshine by the time we get you towards lunch. Temperatures will be into the 50s, but check out 4 o'clock. 59 is about as good as it's going to get for your high temperature out there today. But I want to show you the clearing line as well on Future Track. It sees it well. This is why I say have your sunglasses handy today as well. Even though we have the rain out there now, we'll see that sunshine later, and I expect to see even more of that as we move into Friday. We'll be cooler with temperatures into the mid-50s. 50s stick around throughout the start of next week, and then those 60s start to return. A chance of showers and thunderstorms on Thursday. That is a warm front. 70s arrive just after.
All right, thanks, Chris. Can we do some traffic?
Yes. I was like, I know. I clicked it for a moment. But here we are with the traffic as well. So far, no major issues out there this morning, so that's the positive. But of course, the roads are going to be wet, and we do have a lot of construction going on. It's construction season, just to be quite blank. Never mind. Just whatever I'm saying. It's construction season, folks. So we are going to be watching the roadways closely.
Chris, it is almost Friday.
It is almost Friday. It has been a long week, and the word just did not want to come to my mind.
We're going to make it. We're going to make it.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, after a rough 2020, state tourism is primed to bounce back. Officials say that the pandemic caused a 30% drop last year in direct spending from Wisconsin tourism. Spending dropped overall from $10 billion to around $4 billion. It affected every county. Officials are now looking forward to the future, though. National research shows that 87% of Americans plan to travel in the next 6 months.
We will hear from Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway today at her weekly briefing, where she will likely comment comment on the rejected location of a men's homeless shelter. City Council rejected that spot near the Easttown Mall during a meeting that stretched into the overnight hours. It comes as the city has ordered the homeless population to leave an encampment at Rindell Park on the east side. The city will now have to come up with another place to build that shelter.
Moving to the latest on the race to vaccinate here in Wisconsin, Unity Point Health Meritor now offering vaccine appointments to anyone 16 and over. Appointments can be scheduled online or by calling the number on your screen. They're available weekdays between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Appointments for the Pfizer vaccine are available this week. Walk-in appointments, though, not available at this time. Anyone who received a first dose Pfizer vaccine can now get their second shot at UW Health, regardless of where they got their first. Recent CDC data suggests that 8% of people in the U.S. who got their first shot of a 2-dose series, they haven't returned for their second shot. That's about 5 million people. So UW Health hoping to combat this problem now.
Our interest as a healthcare system is in preserving life and protecting the community. That does mean our patients, that means our team members, and that also means people that are vulnerable or at risk in the larger community. So it's part of our mission to try to preserve health, to protect people, and to try to keep folks as well as possible.
If you are looking for your second shot, the process pretty straightforward here. You can call the number on your screen, 720-5055, to schedule an appointment. Walk-ins and drive-ups are welcome as well.
Misinformation continues to be a main problem for health officials when it comes to the COVID vaccine. Right now, they're busting some of the myths you might see scrolling on your social media. They stress that vaccines do not cause infertility, won't change your DNA, and that being around vaccinated people can't interrupt another woman's menstrual cycle, cause headaches, or any other kind of symptom.
And I just don't even know where this stuff comes from. It's just, absolutely 100% to the core false.
Coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 10, Madeline O'Neill addresses some common concerns like long-term impacts of vaccines, and she also dives into what can be done about vaccine hesitancy.
An important topic. All right, so with updated health orders this week, parents like me are having questions about when their little kids should be wearing masks.
Our Taylor Lazenby is talking to health officials about how to help keep your kids safe. She is joining us this morning with more. Hey, Taylor.
Hi, guys. Good morning. That's right. Health officials say potentially needing to remove your kids from an unsafe COVID environment is a scenario that you need to be prepared for and prepare for it ahead of time. Here are some tips Public Health Madison and Dane County say to try before your next trip to the playground. That if the park is crowded, you will have to find an emptier park or try going home. They say wear their own mask if they're older than 2 and that they can't share food or toys with other children there. If possible, they say try to call the park or check its website to learn whether the park authorities are regularly cleaning the equipment and whether the bathrooms are open. Now, I spoke with one local mom who says keeping her child's mask on can be difficult but necessary.
Sometimes I try to go at hours where there aren't other kids or when I know that I probably run into the same family group because they have a schedule like we do. Sometimes if other kids are coming into the park, I'm just going to be honest, we leave. Playtime is over.
Now, Amber told me that they are still keeping their social distance as much as possible and wearing masks when they go inside or near a very large crowded area. But she tells me that she's hopeful that the world will soon be safe enough to enjoy a more normal summer. Now, to get more information on playground safety and mask safety, you can log on to our website. That's at channel3000.com.
Some good information there, Taylor. Thank you very much. 6:37 now. Let's take a live look outside at the Madison Capitol. Showers moving across the area this morning. Chris Reese is timing out how long they'll last and when they'll be back.
Also ahead, what companies are offering workers now to get vaccinated.
Fry Construction is celebrating 26 years of providing excellence in home improvements. We strive to exceed the expectations of our clients with each and every project we do. Respected by so many of your neighbors and voted best of Madison, Fry Construction delivers lasting quality for your home. In honor of our 26 years, we are offering 26% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Honey, they're back.
Come on. Power Centers of Madison. Visit powercentersofmadison.com.
You know, if a company like Gruber Law has been here for 30 plus years, that they're here for a reason.
They truly treated me like family.
I felt really good about things, knowing that I had the best possible people helping me with it.
They were great. They were by my side through the entire case. I called Gruber and they took care of everything for me.
If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
I know who would help me. I know who I could count on. And that's Gruber Law Offices.
He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease.
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
Hi, I'm Coach Jordan with Anytime Fitness, and I've got a question for you. What is your fitness goal? Have you been able to reach it? If not, I've got the perfect solution for you. It's our 6-week Summer Transformation Challenge. During the 6 weeks, you'll receive personal training designed for any fitness level, an easy-to-use meal plan for optimal results, and your very own coach to provide you with the accountability you need. Now is the time. Limited spots are available, so stop by Anytime Fitness to reserve yours today.
Tonight on CBS, it's Young Sheldon at 7. At 7:30, United States of Al. Then it's Mom at 8. Be Positive at 8:30. And at 9, Clarice feels an emotional tie to the victim when VICAP investigates what appears to be the suicide of a medical student in the U.S. on a foreign visa. On Clarice, followed by in-depth and complete coverage of all the day's news and your certified most accurate forecast on News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. President Joe Biden is offering tax credits to companies with fewer than 500 employees that give their workers some time off to get vaccinated.
Yeah, and that's created a growing number of companies offering up incentives now or paid time off to get the shot. In Jackson, Mississippi, for example, restaurant owner Jeff Goodyear launched his own initiative to make access easier for his employees. He brought in a mobile vaccination unit.
Why did you feel it was important to bring the mobile unit to your restaurant?
I was afraid that many, many people that are within my organization would never get a vaccine because they would never get around to it.
And then at this grocery store in Virginia, the second shot comes with an added bonus. The company pays its workers $200 to get vaccinated. Well, here's a record not a lot of people would want to break. How about giving birth to 9, count them, 9 babies at once?
No, thank you. So get this, the mom was only expecting 7.
Surprise.
2 extra bonuses. It happened in Morocco. Doctors say the 5 girls, 4 boys, and their mom are all doing well. The 25-year-old gave birth by C-section on Tuesday. The Guinness Book of World Records says its current record for most living births at once is 8. The book is now verifying this Morocco birth. 9 babies!
I can't even imagine how difficult even some of the most simple things will be in this household.
Take your 4 kids and double it plus 1.
Yeah, I thought I had it rough.
Woof.
I remember the term octomom used to be a big deal like years ago. So what do we call this one?
I don't even know.
What's the word for it? None of us are mathematicians.
That's too much this morning.
A mom with 9 kids. That's the scientific description for this.
Oh my gosh, someone tweet me a word to use.
I wonder if she'll get a reality TV show.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sure she'll get some help. You know, usually baby companies, you know, give them a bunch of free stuff for some publicity. They're going to need all the diapers and formula and baby clothes.
Perks.
Perks. So much.
All right, 6:43. Chris Reese, hit us with the radar. Looking a little rainy out there, huh?
It sure is. We've been tracking the estimated rainfall from the radar as well, and it started to get a little impressive for us out there this morning. And for a lot of us, this is actually more welcome news as we're still in a moderate drought, even when you consider the rainfall that we had earlier. So this is 24-hour rainfall as these showers moved in overnight. For most of you, you've seen about a quarter to a half an inch of rain, but you've seen this little area, southern Dane County, where we've seen about an inch and then that goes upwards towards 1.5 inches as you start to work your way into northwestern Rock County. Evansville, really one of the big winners, with estimated rainfall being about 1.5 inches, maybe even upwards of 2 inches. So we're going to watch that closely as the rain continues to come down there. The reality is a lot of it's starting to come to an end as well. You see that back edge of the showers now starting to knock on the door here in Dane County, and then the heaviest shower activity, that's just north and west of Janesville. So if you're driving between Evansville and Janesville this morning, give yourself a little bit of extra time because it's coming down hard right there. But beyond that, we're going to start to dry things out, folks. Our rain chance is already starting to come down. They'll completely come down as we start to move towards dinner.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you much. 644, there's a local nonprofit helping boost the confidence of kids right here in 608.
Josh Bryder live in Middleton with the positive impact Luke's Closet is having on that community. Hi, Josh.
Hi, guys. Good morning. Yeah, Luke's Closet over the last few years has helped out many families with adoptive, foster, and kinship placements this morning. And we're learning a little bit more about that positive impact they're making here in the community. Susan Schweitzer, you're a volunteer, but you're also a foster mom yourself. You fostered your first kids back in 2016, correct?
That is true, yes.
What got you into this? You know, this is something because you have your own kids as well. You know, what was kind of the calling to become a foster parent?
Well, I think you used the perfect term. I mean, it just felt this pull and calling to help these kiddos, and we went to a meeting, and you know, it just pulls at your heartstrings. You just want to love on these kiddos. Every kid deserves to have a loving and safe place to live, and as their family works through some hard stuff, just walk alongside of them.
And that's the beauty of Luke's Closet, is that's what the donations are here for, to be able to help these kids get some fresh clothes on their backs.
Yes. Oftentimes, kiddos come literally with just the clothes on their back. And just had a recent situation during COVID, which makes it even more difficult, right? Where we've had 2 kiddos come in the middle of the night directly from the hospital, nothing but the clothes on their back. One of them was actually wearing some hospital clothing. And imagine coming into a stranger's home and how difficult that is. So we received clothes from Luke's Closet. I knew how important it was because I volunteered here, but as a foster mom, receiving those clothes, it literally just brought me to tears because I could put them in clean, beautiful clothes, and you could just see the girls' eyes light up, and they were just so happy to have them. And it sounds simple, but it's really important.
And for a lot of kids, you know, you have infant clothes all the way up to teens. You know, clothes are important for that age, right? Because you kind of feel judged in what you're wearing, and that's why it's important to have that good positive impact there.
Josh, you're hitting the point home, right? Because teens, like what you look like and how you fit in with your friends is critically important. So teens who enter foster care really just want to fit in. They really do.
So you accept donations here. How can people help if they want to help out Luke's Closet?
So we are currently set up to take contactless donations at St. Luke's Church. There is a bin right outside, and clothes can be dropped there. If you're interested in kind of our current needs, you can look at Facebook, Instagram, or our webpage, and we have a list of things that we need. Always need new socks and underwear and things for teens.
Yeah. Well, Susan, thank you so much for what you're doing, and thanks for waking up early with us this morning. Really, really incredible work that you guys are doing here.
Thank you.
So if you want to learn more about Luke's Closet, you can find them here at St. Luke's Lutheran Church in Middleton on Hubbard Avenue. And of course, I'll have all this up on channel3000.com. But guys, very emotional story this morning, but also good to see that positive impact here in the 608.
Yeah, what an impact. Hope we can stir up some new donations this morning with that story, Josh. Thank you.
Wouldn't that be great? Hey, remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. A lot of his stories come from pitches from viewers. Email them at in608@wisctv.com.
Still ahead in the morning sprint, a breakthrough in the unsolved murder at Devil's Lake.
But first, if you've got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, we would love for you to share their picture with us. You know whose birthday it is, Leah?
Whose birthday is it?
George Clooney's birthday. 60 years old.
3 times.
Believe that?
Again, not a mathematician.
3 times 20.
3 times 20.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. We'll be right back, folks.
Happy birthday, George.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Annuals and perennials are now available at Jung Garden Center. Start your spring planting season off right and shop our huge selection today. Beautify your home and gardens. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
At GHC, we want you to be safer at home. We have more ways for you to get care anywhere, anytime, day or night. Be seen, be safe, be home. We will get through this together. and we will all get better together.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean. And people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, by ordering in response to this advertisement, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick Pen with your order. The Quick Stick Pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick Pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Annuals and perennials are now available at Jung Garden Center. Start your spring planting season off right and shop our huge selection today. Beautify your home and gardens. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
Busting vaccine myths tonight at 10.
Welcome back. 6:51, time for the morning sprint.
And we start with breaking news from Milwaukee. The 2021 Summerfest lineup just released. Some of the headliners. Take a look at this. Luke Bryan, Chris Stapleton, Chance the Rapper, Dave Matthews Band, and Miley Cyrus and the Jonas Brothers are also headlining. Those are getting a lot of attention this morning. Summerfest favorites like Wilco, Fitz and the Tantrums, and REO Speedwagon are going to be on the ticket as well.
Detectives have a new description of their person of interest in the murder case out of Devil's Lake State Park. Witnesses remember seeing a man who fell several times while running frantically and out of control in the park. You're taking a look at his description on your screen. It's been more than 6 months since 24-year-old John Schmutzer was found dead along the Grottoes Trail. Detectives say he was hiking alone when he was attacked by a stranger.
James Murray, the director of the U.S. Secret Service, is preparing to testify today in front of the House. It is the first time the agency will appear in an open hearing since the January 6th Capitol riot.
A federal judge says the CDC overstepped when the agency imposed a nationwide eviction ban. It was put in place to help keep cash-strapped renters in their homes during the pandemic. The judge vacated that freeze. The moratorium was first enacted under former President Trump and then later extended through June. It's unclear what will happen now.
President Biden supports a proposal from the World Trade Organization to suspend patent protections for COVID-19 vaccines. The move would help vaccine-strapped countries to produce their own shots rather than wait for companies like Pfizer or Moderna. The pharmaceutical trade group in the U.S. opposes the move, arguing that it could weaken supply chains.
The Greater Milwaukee International Car and Truck Show is back this morning. The auto show was one of the last big events in 2020 before the pandemic shut the door on large gatherings. This year, the show has moved to the Wisconsin State Fairgrounds. It runs until Sunday.
Walt Disney World making some changes to its COVID-19 guidelines. They just announced that they are ending temperature checks for staff and guests at its parks. Disney said it comes following some advice from the CDC and local health officials. The on-site temperature screenings for cast members will end on the 8th, and for guests, that will stop on May 16th. Park reservations to limit capacity, and face coverings are still required.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is expected to start rolling back COVID restrictions. He'll make the announcement today. That could change capacity limits for entertainment venues and outdoor stadiums by Memorial Day weekend. The mask mandate could also be lifted. Minnesota has been one of the leading states when it comes to vaccination rates.
The Belleville School District among 28 receiving grants for high-tech fab labs. They're high-tech workshops equipped with computer-controlled manufacturing, tools like 3D printers, laser engravers, and plasma cutters. The Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation says it's allocated $635,000 to the 28 districts in Wisconsin to help promote them. The district will use the money to buy also more equipment and to get younger students involved in the courses.
Google is backtracking on office returns for its employees, allowing them to continue to work remotely. The company is giving more options for when, where, and how often employees go back to the office, too. Workers worldwide can keep working remotely until at least September. Then they get to decide between going back to their pre-pandemic Google office or an office in a different city. Some employees will be allowed to work permanently from anywhere. In Wisconsin, the Oneida Nation is asking for healing after a shooting at a casino outside of Green Bay last weekend. They held a healing ceremony yesterday where they burned tobacco. They will hold another ceremony Saturday for the entire community. Authorities are still investigating that shooting.
COVID cases are rising in Japan. In Osaka, they are over capacity now on hospital beds. Its occupancy rate for severe cases has now reached 103%. Hotels are now offering rooms to those who can't be hospitalized or need to be away from home while infectious. Nearly 3,000 people are waiting for rooms or to be hospitalized amid Osaka's fourth wave.
Moderna says a booster shot of its vaccine helps protect against 2 worrying variants. That's good news because they're variants that can partly evade the immune system and vaccination. The company says it's developed a booster that specifically addresses the variant first seen in South Africa. Both findings are based on a trial with about 40 people. Researchers say tweaking the formula fairly easy.
The NFL giving fans a reason to get vaccinated. The NFL announced that fully vaccinated fans can win tickets now to the Super Bowl. The league's given away 50 tickets to fans who share their story on why they got vaccinated or why they're going to get vaccinated. Each winner is going to get a pair of Super Bowl tickets.
Grab the sunglasses as you head out the door, along with the umbrella, too. Rain showers are coming down right now, but folks, we are getting ready to clear things out. If you have a rain jacket, maybe grab that, too, early on, especially south and east. 42 is our temperature as that light rain comes down over Madison right now. Janesville, you're at 45, 44 in Platteville. The Dells, one of the cold spots at 40. You see the cooler air moving in from the north and west. Here's Doppler track right now. The last of those showers getting ready to leave us as we speak. The heaviest rain down around Janesville right now, but back towards the north and west, we are clearing things out. That's going to be the expectation this morning.
Mr. Reese, thank you very much. And thanks for joining us this morning, folks. Have a great Thursday. We'll see you back here on your Friday tomorrow morning.